Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining me back here again. And I'm here with a special guest. I think I've made the reputation of doing most of my meetings with people from outside this country. But today I'm here with a Nigerian business professional, business coach, business leader, Mr. Igho Orienru. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, sir.
Yeah, you are correct.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Igor, sir, please could you introduce yourself to us? Introduce yourself to people that are watching.
Okay, how are you? Good good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching from. I'm happy to be here. My name is Igho Orienru.
Okay.
Igho means money.
Okay.
Orienru means goodwill.
Where is that from, sir?
I am from Delta State of
Oh,
Nigeria, but
Delta.
I've been in Lagos since 1988. So I can say I'm an expatriate in Lagos because I worked for Lagos State government
Okay.
civil service and retired last year after the age of 60. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. Okay, sir. So start from. Let's talk about a little about you, sir. So, you are a business leader, a leadership coach, right? You coach business people how to become better leaders, how to become better, business professional, business owners, and you teach them how to maximize their time. So, can you just take me through that journey, how you became that person?
I think thank you so much. Let me start with how it all started from my childhood days.
Okay.
I grew up in Delta State under the tutelage of my parents, but especially my mother,
All right.
who was a business trader, a petty business trader. I was going with her to the market, and I always tell people that that was where I first of all got the strength and the grace of tenacity, of faith in God, of discipline, of resilience, and of getting through even in business and also counseling and advising people. So as I grew up from there, I realized that it is a natural tendency in me that somebody says something and like he is having a challenge. And I would just open my mouth. I would think through. I would open my mouth and give counsel. I thought I'm just giving counsel, and lo and behold, they go apply those things. They get results. They come back and begin to share testimony. I was like, wow. Even to people who are older than me, even to my elder siblings, because we are 11, my family from one mother, from one father, and I'm number 8. They all still come back to me and ask for counsel, ask for advice. And so that was how it all began. So I knew that it was a calling. It is not just something that out of the books. And again, when I'm in my element doing that, I realized that I just get the flow. Nothing like stopping, nothing like getting tired, and the inspiration just keep coming. So that is how it all started. Then I also got a gift of 2 books early in life at the age after I finished secondary school. The books are number one think not number one is The Power of Positive Thinking. Second one is Amazing Result of Positive Thinking, all by Norman Vincent Peale. So at that early age, before I was 20, I was already a member of the Foundation for Christian Living, and
Okay.
I was practicing those things that were taught in that book because they all tied to the Bible, confessing the word, believing the word. We used to have what we call uh, affirmation cards or promise cards. We cut them, put in the pocket, and continue to use them. So by the time I was 19, I was already setting goals for myself, long-term goals, medium-term goals, short-term goals, and with prayers and with focus, I began to see those things come to pass. So when I begin to see those things come to pass, I realized that it is good to also let people know. But the icing cake came when I started working at the age of 26. So I asked myself this question: if I wake up tomorrow morning, there is no work to do, what will I do?
mm,
And secondly, within the next 10 years of working, what other thing you are called to do that is different from this work? Because I was working as a banker. So I gave myself a target that as I'm clocking 10, I will firm up what I will do to answer that question of if you wake up, there is no work. And what other thing is your call that you should be doing within the next 10 years? So I started work 1989, and by 1999, I was ready to answer the question.
mhm,
I published my first book, The Miracle of Purpose. And that book now made it very clear that counting people's money is not part of my call. Then I established Rohai Consulting that same year with staff running it while I was still working because you have to strategically pull out. So that is the journey. Let me tell you a little bit about the name Rohai Consulting.
yes sir, yes sir.
We must pray and hear from and receive instruction. So
Mhm,
I was saying I'm going to go into consulting. I'm going to be a solution provider. I can't do this on my own. I can't do it on my own. It is the creator that sent me, my God. So I must go to him who sent me. Let him guide me. Let him lead me. So that is where the name came from. Rohai Consulting. It's an
mm,
Hebrew word which
mm.
means Jehovah guides. I
Wow.
think that is where that is the name is referring to one that guides. So
Mhm,
he should guide me, he should lead me. And he said, if we lack wisdom, we should ask from him.
mm,
So I depend on him. I depend on him. I ask for wisdom and direction from him.
mm,
I remember, it's not last week or so, somebody was asking me that you are a co-founder of Roy Consulting. I said yes. He said, who are the other partners? I laughed. I said, my number one partner is Almighty God, the
mhm,
creator. He sent me. So I am a co-founder. He is the founder. I am the co-founder. And that is the journey for Rohai Consulting to provide solutions for organizations and individuals, especially in helping people finding purpose, getting clarity, and become masters of themselves to get great results. That's why I tell myself I am a self-mastery coach. I'm also a leadership development coach, not just leadership coach, leadership development coach, whereby we develop that leader in you
mm.
that you have left lying down and not activating since you left home. I think I will leave that there. Let's see if you want me to go on because I'm in my element.
Yes sir,
Thank you.
sure, sure, no problem, no problem. Maybe after this meeting we'll have another one that will go deep into it, you know, just so you can, express yourself fully. Um, since this is still 30 minutes with Igoro. I just want to, I use it as an introduction, to meet business expert, business professionals that just wants to help our businesses out there. And I put this out so that people that really want to grow their business can watch this and have some kind of impact on them. Okay, so thank you very much, sir. So let's talk about self mastery. Why did you choose self mastery as a place, as a part of concentration? Right, you said you deal with self mastery, right? Developing leaders, and I think all of this is also under self mastery. So why did you choose that part as a part of concentration for ROI consulting?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I told you that I'm on assignment, I'm on a call. I didn't just choose to do this because I wanted to. No, it is a gift, it's a calling. So I realized that in life, if you cannot be a master of yourself, it will be difficult to attain a lot of things and achieve success. Going back to the Bible, because I'm a faith person, in Galatians chapter 5, in Galatians chapter 5, the Bible talked about the fruit of the Spirit, one fruit, 9 elements. And in the list of those elements, the ninth element is called temperance. In other words, which is self-control. And in other words, which is self-mastery. And that is where self-mastery came from. Because if you cannot master yourself, you will not get great results. So self-mastery simply means your ability to control your feelings,
Mm.
your ability to control your talent, your personal talent, your ability to control your time towards what is most important and top priority in your life. So it is not you waking up and just doing whatever it is you want to do. You need to find out what are my important priorities in life. What is my purpose? So I'm talking about the beginning. You must find out your purpose. The purpose is simply the reason why you were born.
Mm.
Why did you
Okay.
not die yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still alive? When you find out your purpose, then align that purpose with self-mastery based on your time, because that's one of the greatest gifts God has given to us.
Mm-hmm.
Your personal energy,
Mm-hmm.
which is also tied to your feelings and your talent towards the things that are important to you to accomplish. So that when you meet the master after you lived in this world, you and I will be able to receive a commendation from him saying, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant,
Servants, yes.
enter into the joy of my rest."
Mm-hmm.
So self mastery, like I said, is ability to live on your purpose, discover your purpose first, then mastering or controlling your time, your energy, your talent towards what is
Goes up.
important most in your life, and then breaking away from activities that are not relevant, activities that are not of need, activities that are not important in your life. When you put yourself in that trajectory, you realize that more opportunities comes up. You achieve your result with precision, and you are not somebody who just wake up to begin to say yes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And two words that are very important in self-mastery are one, yes, the other one, no. You will know how to say yes to things that are vital. You will know how to say no to things that are not vital to you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you had invited me to come and speak on food, I will say no because I'm not a food expert.
Mm-hmm.
But you invited me to come and talk about myself, about my calling, about what I know I am expert in, and I know it is part of the reason why I'm alive. So I created this time for it because it is important to me. So I said yes
Mm-hmm.
because I know it is important to me. If it
Definitely.
was not important to me, I will say no without feeling guilty. So that is the journey in self mastery.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes beyond just saying it. There are different models and tools that we use in dealing with issues on self mastery. Actually, I have a course. It is a 6 weeks course,
Mm-hmm.
which is titled Self Mastery for High Achievers.
Mm.
This year, we started it this year, February. So we're going to be 1 year old in February next
Okay.
year. And we have done 5 cohorts. We have trained 125 participants that came from countries like Kenya, Liberia, UK, USA, and different parts of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
The have great testimonies to show of how their life have been transformed and how they are happy that they are now following the path of self-mastery. If you
Wow.
go to my website, www.rohiconsulting.ng, you will see so many of them stated there.
Okay.
We also have another program coming up end of this by 15th of May. We call it High Achievers Summit. That we also guide people to know that if you must win in 2025, you must start it now. You must begin to set the pace, know what to say yes to,
Yeah.
and what to say no to, how
Mm-hmm.
to say that yes, how to say
Like
that
that.
no, when, and all of that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. Another question on self mastery, right? What are like the measurable metrics to achieve self mastery? A lot of people, like you said, they set New Year resolutions, right? But they don't have metrics to see that they are improving, right? So, what are the things that somebody okay that is watching this right now and is like, okay, I want to be able to fulfill my purpose. So, what are the metrics that one should set in looking at you achieving, self mastery?
Okay. Thank you very much. The summary of it is that we will not be able to answer all of them here, but I will give you a tip of it. The first thing is find out what we call your keystone activity, not activities,
Mm,
your keystone activity that you must do and do them every day, at least 100 days non-stop into the new year, that in achieving them, every other thing will begin to rally around it.
mm, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, what is that keystone activity? It is not something that you pray into the future for. It's already inside you. You look back into your entire life. You look at your goals. You look at what didn't work last year, why it did not. What are the? In fact, we have tools that we use to analyze this. There are like 20 questions
Mm-hmm.
that we use to analyze this. That we look at those limiting beliefs. How do I break them? Who should I meet? What should I not go? Where should I go? Then you will now zero in of all of this. It will become very clear what that your keystone activity must be that everything will rally on. And if you now pick that on and you tell yourself you must do that consistently, because consistency is the secret of success, every time you begin to rally around that and you begin to live within that sphere. Let me share with you, because by God's grace, I don't teach what I don't practice.
Mm-hmm.
In 2024, in beginning before January this year, in 2023, I sat down and did those analysis. And my keystone activity for 2024 was to go online to teach self-mastery for high achievers. Yes, we do run physical training. We have the physical training we do for CEOs, which we call Leadership and Business Success Workshop. Started that since 2022. If that need to pause for a while in 2024, no problem. But I need to launch this. I need to focus on it. I need to run the 5 forwards. I need to make sure it is done. So before the beginning of the year, it was clear what to do to develop the content, to run the adverts, to reach out to people, and the dates for cohorts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were fixed
Mm.
to the
For the
glory of God.
for the heavens.
All of them were met. All.
Mm.
We ended up the closing ceremony for cohort 5 was last Sunday, and the people are still basking in the joy of being members of our community.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that.
Yeah.
So now you want to go into 2025 and you are not going to start planning. If you enter January 1 before you start planning, it is too late.
Mm.
So you go and begin to write prayer request. Which prayer request? Something you will write and you will not remember. Is it God that will not remind you of your prayer request?
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's very very awesome. So thank you very much for that. All right. So okay. While working with CEOs, what are the important things you noticed they didn't master, and how did you help them solve it? Right? You've talked about. Sorry, excuse me. You've talked about working with high achievers, leaders, and helping them achieving self mastery. Right? So while working with them, what are the things that you notice that they weren't able to master that you help them solve?
Thank you so very much.
Yes, sir.
Number one is their time. So we help them on effective delegation, how they can effectively delegate, do only the things they are meant to do, and let every other person do what they're supposed to do. So they should not just employ people, no, they should employ hands that are relevant to the things that will help them to achieve their goals. Then we also, in fact, we start with strategic trust. So, like the end of the year, like the beginning of the year, we sit down with them, we develop their strategic plan, vision, mission statement, core values. We look at them, even if they had it before, we'll now review it because your vision is where you see yourself in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Your mission is the reason why you exist, which more or less like your purpose. Your core values are the behaviors expected of you and your organization, so that people, when they see you, they say yes, they will identify you with that organization. So, what are our core values? That is what we stand for, what people should know us for. What is our mission? The reason why we exist, what we should be doing every time, and how we can be improve on it. And vision, where do we see ourselves in the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years? We agree on all of those. Then we will set milestones. We will set actionable time. That is now bringing in time management because I wrote a book on manage your time to manage your life.
Mm.
And we will put measurability in each of them, whereby once we start, as we review, if there are variances, we address those variances, we correct them. So once we are through with that strategic effort, we make sure it is implementable, because most strategies they fail at the point of implementation, not the point of design or development.
Mm-hmm.
So as they achieve that on their own, they are delegating all they need to delegate. They are separating their personal life from the business life, so that even on their own, they have ability to master themselves, master their time, have time for everything, so that they can be balanced. Balance work life, family, relationships, health, finance, spirituality, even recreation, personal values, community. There are 12 different areas they must begin to make sure they balance themselves on. Once they're able to do that, you'll see that
Yes.
one, they are balanced, they are healthier, they are happier, their businesses almost start running on autopilot with or without them. And
Mm-hmm.
then productivity becomes a byproduct, whereby they keep seeing improved productivity. And of course, if you are seeing improved productivity, then profitability follows, growth follows,
Mm.
success follows, sustainability follows. So that is the way we have helped CEOs.
Wow, that's
Thank you.
very interesting, sir. That's very deep, and people joining your class, they are going to gain so much. They're really going to gain so much. It's in depth, it's detailed. It goes down to the source from the root and goes up, which basically is supposed to be. So you talked about your training. You talked about your cohort programs. I think you have one coming up very soon, December 15th. So I want to ask for people that are watching and maybe they are interested. How do you onboard leaders for these programs? How do you onboard them? How can they join you?
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
There are several programs we have. The one we are having this 15th of December, it is actually a giveaway program for end of year. Because what should we do on our own part? People are doing Black Friday, people are doing Christmas gifts. So we now said, let's call everybody together. I'm going to give away my three latest books. One is on blueprint for time management, how you can master your time, like a planner, a time planner to plan your time. The second one is on productivity, the productivity code, how high achievers have been able to get unprecedented results. Then the third one is manage your time to manage your life. I will give all of that out.
Okay.
Then I will spend 2 hours with everyone that comes on key areas that they should look at and begin to work on between 15th of December and 31st of December so that they can have their clear goals and the things they want to do, envision it, and wrap it up with three things that are important. And I call them the wrapping, the icing cake. That is righteousness, peace, and joy,
Mm.
which is the strength of the kingdom of God that is in us because we have to represent it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, then January 1, whether you go for New Year service or not, you know clearly
Yeah,
you
you have.
exactly what you're going to do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is the program we are doing for December 15th. We call it we call it High Achievers Summit. So it's a giveaway program.
Wow. All
But
right.
outside that, our core program is the Self Mastery for High Achievers. It's a 6 weeks immersion program
Mm-hmm.
that we go in deeper. All the things we scratched, we are going to scratch in the
You're going to
summit.
take it.
Going deeper, we take people one by one, and it is very practical, very, very practical, and we hold you to see that you begin to live the life of the self-mastery person and getting results.
All right.
Thank you.
That's very 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 nice. That's awesome, sir. Thank you very much for joining me today. All right. So I'm going to ask for just one small insight into your class, just a sneak peek into like
Yeah.
your high achievers group. So the sneak peek is how can one maintain a work life balance and still achieve peak performance? Right. I know you mentioned laying out your values, your goals, and your mission and vision and everything. Laying out your mission and vision and everything,
Okay.
and knowing exactly what your purpose is, right? Knowing exactly what your purpose is so that you can understand yourself, understand the core thing that you need to do so that you can attack what you want to be. But then managing your personal life and your business life. What is one of the ways that one can do that? It's just a sneak peek, just something that people can just hold on to before they
Okay.
join the other. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
It was Martin Luther King Jr. who said, if you do not have something to live for, if you don't have personal value, you will fall for anything. So the major thing is you must think on what you are thinking about.
Mm,
That is our thoughts. They create things. Your yesterday was created by the things you think about and you did yesterday. Your today created by things you think about and you did yesterday. That is why I said between 15th and 31st December, you must have a mind shift. So every day you think on those things that are important. Every day you take the one thing that is more important and make sure you do it and you get results and you get back to it and you get results. So you start and end with him.
mm-hmm,
That is with God. As you're waking up, oh, thank you, Father. And you thought of the major things supposed to do must be priority, not some other person's own. Then you work on it in between, even as you're on break, you keep reflecting. I call it your me time, M-E time. So for me, every 1 hour, my phone rings during working period. My phone beeps, and it reminds me of reflect on your purpose, reflect on the things you want to do. So that also put me on check. I was sharing with my people that the same the same strength, the same zeal, the same drive with which I started January 1, 2024, that is the way I still feel up until now because I live it every day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for joining me on this call. We already passed 30 minutes already, sir. But it's been
So time flies so
yeah,
much.
time flies very fast. Yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you very much for joining me.